Hey, in this part of discussion on around essay, I'm trying to explain for you the kind of mindset that you should develop with respect to 4 pillars on which you're going to rest your essay on. This is something which is mental level that you have to keep in mind. In fact, you have to mentally visit these 4 points every time you write a fetch paragraph. First thing that you should keep in mind is that what I am writing on, that's the topic. It is very important that when you are writing an essay, you should always remember that what is the topic I am writing on. In fact, that's where you have got an article and essay is different. An article can deal with different facets of a particular theme, but then there can be independent paragraphs possible in an article. In essay, you cannot imagine a paragraph which has got its existence that doesn't individually connect to the topic. So it is very important that different paragraphs that you have written, they all are connected with each other and also independently connected with the topic that they have got, which means they are dealing with some aspect of the title. So always remember what I am writing on. Is it connected with that or not? And usually, a simple trick I'll tell you to keep in mind is that one of those 5 W's and 1 H get reflected in that particular paragraph. Like what, where, why, when, how, who, which. I mean, any one of those questions of that title is being treated in a paragraph that you're dealing with. That means it is not an article, it's not a story, it is actually an essay. So that's what something is very clear. You should ask yourself what I'm writing on, the first question. Who I am writing it for? That's the second question you should ask yourself every time you write a fresh paragraph. And then I'll tell you the person is above my age or my age maybe. So that means he's a person who is elderly, your parents' age. So you have to be very careful about the age of the person. So you should not write something which is what he can be offended. That's what you remember about our age. The second thing which I'll tell you about his background is a person from literature. He's not a person who belongs to your generation. He doesn't know the word THRU. He doesn't know B upon W. I mean, you have to be very careful with my generation and our English. Our English is probably we learned about 30 years ago from somebody who learned 30 years ago. So 60-year-old English. So that's the kind of thing I would like to see, that you are keeping in mind that who you are writing for. In the sense like you must not be at any stage trying to touch me on the wrong side of the nerve. And that's something which is to be kept in mind. And then I'll tell you that there are certain things that my generation is touchy about, and you should be careful about those 4 things. 1, you should be careful about religion. You should never mention anything about religion which is negative and can be offensive to somebody, because you have no idea. People are fairly touchy on the matters of religion. Also, people are touchy about region they come from. Please ensure that you do not write negative about any religion and then somebody may be affected offensively. Then the third thing is ideology. If you have got certain ideology that I have been living with, that this is a good ideology, it can be political ideology, it can be anything, any ideology of Marx for that matter, anybody for that matter. If I have been feeling that it's good, and I don't expect that you change it now. I can't change it because of you. I think you have to be not too pushy about an ideology. You have to be careful about that. And people are also touchy about individuals. So please ensure that this religion, region, individuals, ideologies, you should not be touching wrongly, because who that you are writing for has to be borne in mind very, very carefully. Why I am writing this essay? You are writing this essay only for one thing, that is for marks. So never do anything of this which may just affect you. So you're writing it for getting marks, not pressing your logic. Like lots of times when you read essay in an article in the newspaper, they quite often they have an ideology to push forth, and then hence it is to be proved, that kind of thing. No, it's not like that. So people can get touchy about close sentences. The most important reason for this, why are you saying most important? It will affect your purpose that you're getting marks. One of the most important, write open sentences, don't write close sentences. Tone in which I am writing my essay in. What I mean by tone, you must ensure that your tone should go as if in a range that you have got. Like a tone can possibly vary from pessimist tone to, let's say, serious tone to somber tone to optimistic tone or to enthusiastic tone. You can't expect that one paragraph is enthusiastic and another paragraph is pessimistic. So if you have got somewhere serious, the range can be pessimistic to somber. Serious, somber, or if you got optimistic, you can have this to this. If you have got this tone, then you have to keep in mind. Please remember these 4 points: what I am writing on, who I am writing for, why I am writing this, and the tone in which I am writing on. I'm sure you're going to reach to the heart and mind of the reader much more effectively.